Hello les amis, comment il est? It's Emmeline and today I'm joining you again, but this time in South Korea. And I have two new friends here. So Monica from Italy and Hua, which is not her real name because her name is in Chinese and I don't remember.
Queen.
Queen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so she's from Malaysia. This broadcast gonna be a bit messy because we've been around Daegu for 2 days now, and we're about to go back to Busan, so we're a bit tired, but we have time to kill, so we're in front of you to talk about culture differences. So we're gonna talk about culture differences.
Okay.
So first, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello. I'm Monica. I'm 24 from 1999. I was born in Genoa or Genova, really depends. But I've been living in Milan for almost 3 years now. And I've been in South Korea for 1 month. Yeah. And I'm traveling solo, so it's very fun.
Hey.
Go ahead.
So hi, I'm Kwa, and AKA Queen. So I'm born and raised in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, the capital of the country, Malaysia, and I'm Malaysian Chinese, so I could speak Chinese, English, Malay, which is our national language, and that's it.
You don't have to say the languages that I speak.
Yeah,
as well.
that would be the
Oh,
first
sorry.
question. That would be the first
Oh,
question.
okay.
So, cultural differences is that, for example, in Iranian, we only speak mostly French, which is the national language because it's a French department, and Creole because it's the local language. But at school, we are asked to learn two languages. So LV1 and LV2. I choose Spanish, which I'm really not good at, and English, which I'm more fluent now. So how is it going in your country? Why are you laughing?
Well, just so you know that we are at like
In a
we're
park,
in a
yeah,
park,
we're in a
so
park, so we're not ashamed, but yeah. So please, how is the question was how is learning language? I don't know if that was the question, but how is learning language in your country? Because wait, has you heard? So I'm from Réunion. For those who still don't know where it is, it's like in the Indian Ocean, close to Madagascar and then Africa. So I'm from the African. I'm from the African country, like country continent. Oh my god. 아, 감사합니다.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. And she's from Europe and she's from Asia. So we are supposed to talk about those differences. So please go back to the question.
Okay, so in Italy, we usually start with English, with I think in elementary school or seriously in middle school, and in elementary school, of course, you start with Italian, so grammar, writing, and but the English department is not very good usually, at least in the schools that I went to, and it's actually a very common problem. I actually graduated in English and Spanish because usually you are, if you study languages or you are interested in culture, you are required to take up to one other language. And in middle school, I took German, but I don't remember much of it, unfortunately. And I did classical studies, so high school was ancient Greek and Latin. Then in university, I studied translation and interpretation in English and Spanish. And this was my bachelor. My master degree was international communication in English, Spanish, and I added Korean, which I actually studied by myself. So right now, I don't remember German at all. I've studied a little bit Japanese, but that's very low level. So my languages are Italian, English, and Spanish, and I work as an interpreter for English, and I'm studying supposedly Korean.
And does usually people in Italy choose to learn that much of language, or is it just you?
No, it's mostly just me, but usually there a lot of people speak maybe Italian English and English. If they study languages, usually they speak English to a very good level. Not maybe it's C2, but it's not that common. So I have tons of friends that studied English in middle school and high school, but cannot talk English in a very good way. And usually in middle school, you are supposed to study another language, and the most popular in Italy are Spanish, French, German.
German.
My brain is not braining anymore. German, and yes, in my university, they offered Chinese and Russian as well.
So how about you? Like you said, like you speak some language already.
Yeah.
Is it the case for everybody in Malaysia?
Pretty much. I think it's because of the culture itself. It's so rich, so diverse with so many races. That's why it makes Malaysians kind of like a linguistic in like various of languages. So, but nothing compared to what Monica was saying, like modern Greek or whatsoever. But it's more like it's within our daily life. Like for example, Malay is a national language, so this is something that we have to learn, right? Because that's the language, main language for us to communicate. But then, if you are a Chinese, then some of the Chinese family would actually send you to the Chinese like elementary school or even like middle school, high school. But in my case, I only studied like Chinese elementary school, and then I went to like national Malay kind of high school. So that's how I learned the languages, you know. And English, it depends. I actually started English pretty late because I joined a non NGO organization, St. John Ambulance, because most of the cadets, the people, the member that join in the organization, they're mostly from like English school. Yeah, so in order for me to communicate with them and I take the courses, everything, I need to learn English. I mean, like we do learn English back in school, but same like what Monica would say, like we learn how to write, comprehend, but when it comes to speaking, it's totally different. Yeah, because I was surrounded mostly by like Chinese community, so like English is totally not my thing at the beginning. So started learning through like movies, pop songs, books. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how you
books,
like
yeah.
That's how you learn.
yeah,
Usually,
my
usually.
English doesn't come from school. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mine either.
All of that doesn't come from school. Absolutely.
Yeah, so like all this you just mix up, and that's where we get to learn English. But other than the other languages like Cantonese, those are I consider it as in dialect, because like in Chinese there are just so many how to say,
Dialects.
yeah, dialects. So like that's why we pick up. We used to watch like Taiwanese or Hong Kong drama all the time. So that's where we started pick up, the accent and also learn the language itself.
But how different it is, like, because in Italy we have dialects as well. So if you go to Rome, they have their own vocabulary, their own way of speaking. Like, we don't have tones, but we have the rhythm. We change the rhythm a lot. So if you meet a new person in Italy, you can say right away the region they come from.
No.
And if a person from Napoli or Naples talk to me in their own dialect, I can't understand. I can pick up some things, like some random words, but if they speak like Neapolitan dialect, I can understand that.
Well, ours is the same, but it's not rhythm because it's more like the tone. We
Yeah,
have,
for you
like,
it's the tone.
Hokkien, we have Cantonese, we have Hakka, we have Hainan, we have Teochew. There are so many. But for me, I don't learn every single thing, but most is Hokkien because my family is from Hokkien family. I mean, at least for my dad's side, my mom's side, it's Cantonese, so that's where I pick up these two.
Both.
Yeah, both. Hakka probably a little bit, but the rest of it is just too much to learn at the moment.
In Réunion, we only have French and Creole, and for us, it's more like the tone according to where you come from the island, and yeah, that's it. Because people I don't know if it's a French thing, but people don't really want to learn English because it's just like math. You go to school, they want to teach you something, but it's like grades. And just you learn it and then you have tests and then you just forget it. So it's more like why do you want to learn the language?
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do with it? Because just like you, it's my English like it's not from the school, does not come from the school. But at the end, people will be like, "How do you speak that well in English?" I'm like, "Practice,
Yeah,
practice,
speaking to
Just make
people.
perfect.
speaking."
Just speaking to
Yeah,
people is the
absolutely.
only one thing that really works.
So you talk about community, which is pretty interesting because in Renyan we also have like different communities, but even though we still live all together, which I heard when I was in Malaysia that the community in Malaysia are mostly staying with each other.
Mm.
Is this like really like they stay with each other, or is there still exchange inside the country?
It depends because in Malaysia we have two parts. One is called Semenanjung and like the east side and the west side. We have like Borneo. Like for Borneo, I never been to Borneo, but because of the local university that I study, I actually know a lot of Borneo friends. So they were actually having a culture shock within Malaysia itself because in Borneo, like doesn't matter which community you are coming from, they were just together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see like Malay sitting in a Chinese restaurant or kopitiam, we call it, like a cafe, coffee shop. But in east sides, we don't. You will never see a Malay sitting in a Chinese restaurant or kopitiam because of the culture. Like we are Chinese, we serve like pork, so those are like non-halal. It's not really like Muslim friendly for the Muslim Malay. So you see the difference. I mean, as I was born and raised in East Malaysia, I was used to this whole thing. So like for my probably like first 18 years old, 18 years, I was so immersed in the Chinese community. With Chinese, speak Chinese, my friend are all Chinese. But then things changed when I actually entered the local university. You got so many people coming in, and I was not studying in the Kuala Lumpur, but in another state, which is a more like a Malay major kind of state. That's where I get a chance to, to eat Malay food. Shamefully. Yeah, I can get all this in Kuala Lumpur, but I never try to because my community exists that. Coming from the family background, everything is just Chinese, so yeah, I stick to it. But ever since I get out from the house, being independent, that's where I get more chance to, to try on other cultural food and so.
How about Italy? Because like seems like both in Asia, Malaysia, and Renyan we have mixed community. Is there any different community in Italy?
Italy, yes, there are. It's actually different because there are many layers. So as a society, Italy, it should be a one country, one nation. But when it comes to differences and like having a real community, it breaks down very quickly because there's north and south. They're already like separated, and it's being like it keeps going on, and it's being perpetrated like from the government as well. While they're investing in the northern areas, they're not doing in the south. So there's this one thing that is already dividing the parts. Then there's the regional differences. So there are some regions that are more developed, and there are others that are still behind, but not because of the lack of purpose or anything. It's because the government is not really implementing things there. The only thing that really make Italians like one country, and you could tell anybody, like you go to one Italian and you say that we have mafia, we have, it's true.
Of
It's
course,
true.
yeah.
Because you can tell any problem that we have in Italy. We have many. Our economy is going down. That we are not able to be up to the standards for tourism and all of that. And Italians don't care, at least the majority of it, and at least the big part of Italy. But if you go to an Italian and say Italian food is not good, any Italian will just
Talk
flip.
about the food.
Like,
Yeah.
and the other one is soccer. So soccer and food are, I think, the two most important things. And even if you don't like soccer, it still impacts your life. So there's a community inside, like the soccer world, because you
Okay.
have a team, you have uh, people from the other team, teams that you are friends with, teams that you're not friends with. And the other problem that we have is integration. So we have community from other world, like other parts of the world, but we are not doing much to integrate them. I think that the biggest community might be the Chinese community. I don't know exactly which part of China, if motherland China or other parts. I guess it might be mainland China, and there's a lot of immigration from Africa, and it's a huge problem, but not because the people are coming. It's a problem because the government is not up to do that. So there are the communities there that are not integrated,
Yeah.
and there are too many layers of like because Italy is very small, but it has so much inside because it went through such a long history that is picking up free things from everywhere.
So talking about that, like, how would you describe the culture of your country? Something that people think. What people would think when they hear Malaysia, when they hear about Italy. Like, we, of course, I think we already know the answer, but according to your point of view, what would it be?
For Italy, is the most common thing they talk to me about is art, food, history. Even though a lot of people don't know much about it, but they know that there's a lot of history there. And let's see, I don't know. Wine. Everybody talk to me about wine, and usually mafia, like adult people, and football. It's soccer, not football. Like
Yeah, football.
these are the 6 main topics I've covered with a lot of people.
I see. Cool.
For us, Malaysia, I think food is the first. We are really proud of our food.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of good food coming from that.
I agree.
I don't know. Coming from someone who came from that food, and then I think language. Language is also one of it, and like badminton. You don't want you don't want to talk bad about badminton in Malaysia. Like every
Okay.
single Malaysian know how to play badminton.
I didn't know that. I should have
Right.
known how could I play with you guys.
But I'm really bad.
Well done. Well done.
Not actually bad. Well, I think so, and also religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Religion.
So
Right, church, Vatican City, right?
yeah.
Right.
I was about to say that. You didn't mention that. It's like one of the biggest things.
Because
that...
it's not important to me.
True.
No, it's not important. But the thing is that Vatican Church and Christianism, I'm so used to live and like go around Italy and see
Yeah.
churches everywhere that it doesn't stick out to me.
Yeah, because
Like-
that's the culture.
Yeah, but for
that
me,
means that
it's like I
inside.
go around, I see a church, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a normal building.
It's a
for
building,
me.
yeah, it's a building.
I think that, and here, the what I was telling you about, here they have the crosses that are lighting it up. So you see it in K dramas and K movies. That's a real thing. I thought it was just for the. I really thought it was just for like.
The movie?
Yes, and like because it was sticking out, so it was like, usually it's like thriller, so could have been like the red cross on top of the church.
Yeah.
But it's a real thing, and I was talking about this with a Spanish girl, and she's here as well, and we were saying that if we had those, in Italy or Spain, like really like very religion with Christianity countries, we wouldn't really need lamps because
Yeah.
just thinking about all the churches that there are around,
Will be everywhere.
Like-
the light will be everywhere.
so
Mm.
I couldn't like it would be neon all everywhere, like continuous rave. So that would be fun, but
That, let's not give. It's not good for the environment. Let's not do that.
no, I don't want to.
No,
Please,
I was
that was
thinking
so
like, oh, we
crazy.
should do that.
No,
but actually,
no,
we
no,
should
no,
not.
no,
Not
No,
using
but
the
also
light like
the,
that.
the fact that we already do like churches in Italy are
Mm.
so common that for us it's also normal to just drink beer sitting in front of the church like at night. So yeah, because they're so common for us.
Yeah.
They're normal
Okay,
buildings.
it's like a building.
Like I'm not going in front of St. Peter's. Like I'm not going in Vatican City drinking.
Yeah.
But they are so common that okay, let's meet in the square
this
of the church,
church.
and you
Oh.
sit in front of it and just eat something. It's very common.
In Rennes, we also have this square where, like, there's actually a cathedral, and there behind it, there's a lot of bars. So young people usually
Yeah.
meet in this quarter. Yeah, that's true.
This is so uncommon in Malaysia because we are a
Yeah.
Muslim country. So
Mm.
Yeah.
like I was shocked when I traveled here and like even to other Europe country, like oh, people so cool having alcohol like,
Outside.
yeah, outside at a public place. But in Malaysia you don't see it, and like
Mm.
you can only drink alcohol at like certain like bars, like clubs, and some restaurant. That's it, or at home, but nothing other than that.
Nothing,
Yeah, and then like dogs, it was so good that you could see dogs everywhere. Everyone just like walk the dog at the park randomly. But in Malaysia, no, because again, because of the religion, we can
Oh, they don't.
we can only walk dogs at certain designated park
Why?
And how do you bring them there?
by car, or maybe you will actually stay at that like neighborhood.
Why? What's the matter with the religion?
Because Muslim, they, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but it's like a haram thing. Like they don't eat pork, they don't touch dog. They
Oh,
don't
because
drink,
that- but okay.
yeah, they don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I didn't know for the dog though.
No.
So I was so surprised when randomly, just random story that when I arrived in Chad at the airport, I see dogs in the airport, everywhere. I'm like, oh, this is new thing for me because we don't get to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't notice it when you traveled to Malaysia?
No, like actually, my trip to Malaysia was pretty short because actually I didn't really like there, but like more like sorry, but more like KL. It's just like I had a friend there. Which is not her, but now I have a new friend from there. But I think that would be the main difference is like the community, because in Reunion, as I said, we have different communities, since like reunion is like also the reunion of the people. So we know that there's different community, but we don't care. We just like living with each other at school, outside, hanging out and all. And during special events, we all together, no matter when, no matter what, no matter the religion, it's always respect, diversity, and just going around. So when I arrived in Malaysia, I was feeling a bit uncomfortable to see that difference. To be like, oh, this is the Chinese quarter, this is the Malay part, and I'm not used to that. It's just like, it's not that people won't like it, but coming from a culture where everybody lives together, beside the difference,
Oh, okay, no.
it kind of shocked me. So that would be a culture shock. Like for me, that was a culture shock. So when I arrived in KL, I was like, okay, I can still go around. Everything's gonna be fine. Like it was not like really sunny, so even that made me feel a bit sad. But then I went to Penang, and Penang is way better.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. Agree.
I'm from an island, so
I'm from KL. I love Penang. Like,
So,
so
yeah.
so much, and also Malacca.
I like Malacca too. Yeah.
But about this, like in Italy, communities are not. Some communities are separated from us, and some not. And that's even sadder. Like because it's just about integration.
Mm.
So there are some like neighborhoods where you can't go but it's not even about like the place, the country they come from. Sometimes it is, but it's sad and also very difficult about that to live in because you are trying to be comfortable in when you're where you're living, and that's one of the few things that I was scared about coming here by myself because when I asked my Korean friends, are there any like areas that I should avoid, and they couldn't understand that because it doesn't make sense here because here the communities are the major community in South Korea is just one big community and like very small like group of foreigners. Yeah. So when I asked my friend if there were areas that I should not go to, because it's a very European thing. And if you go to a city, be it London, be it Paris, or even smaller cities, you look up like areas to avoid. And when I asked my friend, they really couldn't understand what I was talking about.
So, talking about that, like we ended up somehow from three
Do you want to
different
say what?
different continents. No, we'll see why maybe later, but but let's say that we're from 3 different continents and we ended up in South Korea. So quickly, how did you end up here?
Because young me decided to watch one video more than 10 years ago that was absolutely not related to South Korea, but had one very small detail about it, and I got curious. So curiosity killed the cat, as always, and I ended up here. It was
After 10 years?
Yeah, it was 12 years ago.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
okay.
that was my butterfly fact, basically.
How about you?
I mean, well, for me, it's pretty simple. It's always K-pop. I actually visited Korea like probably like 10 or 12 years ago, but that was like a long time ago where we don't have like Google Maps, so everything was am I reviewing my age right now? Oh my God. But like you do all the homework, all the itinerary on like notebook, so I couldn't really enjoy the Korea trip back then. And now that I have free time of mind, so it just spark up the K-pop kind of dreaming. I'm like, why not come to Korea again and see what are the difference, how developed they are, that's why I'm here.
For my part, for those who just joined this channel, I've been traveling around Asia for the past 6 months, and at first I was into K-pop, but then I was like bored, so I was like, let's find something new, and my cousin introduced me to K-pop, and I was like, oh, that's fun, let's try that. I shouldn't have tried that because I've been into it for 2 years now, and here I am, and I want to move to Korea because this is an amazing place. So we were talking about culture shock. Let's talk about the culture shock that we had here, because she's been here, as she said, for 1 month, and we kind of arrived in the same time, like 1 day apart. Oh no, you arrived before because you were in Seoul. You were in Seoul. So what are the culture shock? What are shocks, whatever, that you lived here for now?
For me,
Did I like or don't like?
Lived, like what did you like lived? Lived. Yeah.
I don't know if it's related, but I did told them earlier, like, I was so shocked that you could charge a phone anywhere. Okay, if you are about your phone battery is about to die and you don't have a backup or whatsoever, you can just go in the shop and it's like, can you help me to charge up my phone? And they will be like, absolutely.
Or it's in the
normal.
subway. They have all the stations.
Yeah, and even under the bus stop, they have a table charge.
I mean, like Malaysia, Trump.
Keep learning.
So shocked when a friend of mine was told that you can do that. I'm like, what? mean? So does it mean that I need to spend something and then what? Like use their port, like you know? Like no, you can just go and
Charge it.
Charge it. I'm like, whoa.
This is a good culture
Yeah.
shock though.
Nah.
Okay, I go with another good one because
Okay.
this is because
Let's
it's
keep it
very
good.
common. Public restrooms.
Oh yeah.
They are
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Because in
Agreed.
Italy, you go to you have if you want if you're outside, you wanna go to a bar, ask for something, water, coffee. They're very cheap, so it's not that bad. But here, and you in Italy, we have some public restroom, but you pay for them as well.
Mm.
So and they're never clean. So but here they are public. You can do whatever you want. You just also they have a lot of mirrors because here beauty is a great
Yeah.
standard, like very high important, and they are just for free, always clean. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think for my part will be more like the quiet. I think right now we're being really loud according to
I
the
actually was
standard.
thinking if the phone can actually hear us, but
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
Alright. But yeah, it's like here, the like we're in the park right now, and people are talking. Like you can barely hear them. Like I can hear the Anjuna over there, but like yeah, it's like whispering barely. And even in the transportation,
oh yeah, but
People don't
interpretation
talk.
is big.
People
It's,
don't
it's very common.
yeah,
Even if they're friends, they don't speak. to
they
each
don't
other.
speak. Yeah, it's like because in Raining, I think people are really loud. Like
Oh yeah,
in Creole,
as well.
in Creole we say gros l'organe. That means that inside it's big, so it has to be loud. What was the word I teach you early on?
Papayi, papayi.
Paré, pas paré.
Papayi,
Paré, pas paré. Paré, pas paré.
See, studying languages.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
stays here.
Mm.
You don't do like spot check like this.
You've been tested, girl.
Papayi, papayi.
Paré, pas paré. Yeah, people usually have hard time with the R, but yeah, I would say quiet things because I'm hypersensitive, and I think that's why I like Korea that much. It's because everything is quiet most of the time. If you go, of course, if you go to cafe or some places that are a lot of people, it will be more noisy. But usually around, it's pretty calm.
I think it depends on the city that.
But they
we
honk
are.
a lot.
But in, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, girl! You never been to Malaysia.
Oh, you never
Oh
been
my
to Italy
God.
as well.
You never been to Malaysia.
no.
Those people all the time on the road.
No,
But
they-
this is declare I don't.
They do
I
it.
don't. I don't haunt. I usually I wanted to, but it's already passed. It's already over. So I'm like,
yeah, no, they do it in Italy as well. It's very common.
Yeah.
Some cities more than others,
Mm.
but that's here is more shocking because it's quiet and then they just honk all the way.
Yeah.
And other culture shock, it's not negative, it's not positive, it's just a thing that surprises us, and we've talked about this. Bus drivers,
Bus drivers.
they are crazy. They
Man.
don't care about
I appreciate
anything.
Malaysian bus driver. I'm truly sorry if I have said anything before this, but you guys are doing amazing job on maintaining our the safety of the passengers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
I
They
think
go like
they're
crazy
not
people.
waiting. We're actually I guess that's why also they're always on time.
Yeah, yeah.
They need to respect
Yeah,
the
but
time.
they could add just like 1 minute to each stop. Like,
No, I don't think they
Make
can.
it a little bit
I don't
longer.
think they can.
not them, like the public system
Oh, yeah,
should like the charter. Like 1 minute more is nobody is gonna die.
Okay, so I think we're gonna end up here because we still have a train to catch, and I don't want to be too
we're
much
fine.
late.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we
good.
still have 30 minutes, but
Yeah,
let's
but we don't
say
wanna rush.
we don't want to rush. So let's say that we're gonna do a part 2 and talk more about this topic because I think Korea culture differences.
That was scary.
We're doing a video about culture differences. Do you want to say something?
You wanna
We're gonna
come?
be close. We're gonna be close.
Why not?
Yeah.
But you guys gonna
Okay.
post it on my channel.
Are you a YouTuber?
Yeah.
So what do you guys find different?
Because we come from
we just talk
many
about
different things. So.
yeah, I'm from Réunion. It's like an island close to Africa.
Yeah.
So she's from Italy, she's from Malaysia, and we talk about the difference in our country and the fact that we're in Korea. So please, you have
Introduce
flower. Introduce yourself and talk about it.
Oh, I'm Dimi, and this is my friend, a very lovely bar owner.
Okay.
He owns a bar called D Bar.
D-bar. Okay,
Yeah.
publicity.
Yeah, it's a very popular, dynamic bar. Koreans, foreigners, Indian group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best dancer.
That's it.
괜찮아, 괜찮아.
Cultural differences. I guess maybe. I don't know what the biggest one would be.
Where are you
Cultural
from?
differences. Oh, I'm from South Africa.
South
Okay.
Africa. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
differences.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
too many.
Lipstick.
There's too many. Too many.
We actually wanted to like part 2 because there's too many.
There's too
Many.
many. But maybe.
Oh, sorry.
I would say maybe in the
my
dating
cardigan.
culture,
Yeah.
like here, it's very difficult to have friendships with the opposite sex. It's like it's impossible in this country. Yeah, it's suspicious. Yes, I think it's suspicious. So I think that's the biggest. Well, one of the biggest ones. Yeah, like.
The cultural differences.
Yeah.
What's your name?
South
Yeah.
Africa?
What's
Yeah.
your name? Introduce yourself.
Oh, hi. I'm Mpumi.
Okay.
Nice to meet
I'm
you.
Mpumi. I'm from South Africa.
Okay.
Cultural differences. I feel like South Africans don't really have a huge cultural difference to Korea, but obviously, like when it comes to dating,
Yeah.
I think there's a huge difference, and I think just
괜찮아, 괜찮아, 괜찮아.
yeah, it's
So
just like-
dating.
yeah, dating is different.
It's only dating.
Different.
It's actually
But
very
everything else
funny.
is like it's. You're from where are you from?
Italy.
I think
We're
cultural
very similar,
differences
right?
are everywhere. Cultural differences are everywhere.
Yeah, but
you know?
we were just talking about like also things that are shocking us.
What are the things that are shocking you? Actually?
We were
I'm
talking
curious.
about public restrooms because
Yeah.
they are big here, but we
And
don't have
pretty
it in
clean.
Italy. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
like in the
everywhere.
parks as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And
Oh, no,
there's
we're not-
always toilet paper.
Yeah. We're not only
Always.
talking about negative
public
things.
bathrooms.
To me, but
They're not
they're
always
easily
clean.
available.
Yeah.
They're very
All the
clean.
time.
They clean.
Yeah.
And easily accessible everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Everywhere. In South Africa, you have to run and
Yeah,
look.
Find a garage.
Yeah, yes. Oh, and there's another one.
You have to find a garage, a petrol station, a gas station.
Yeah.
The gas stations here don't have snacks.
They don't have snacks.
Oh yeah, we do.
we
have
don't
snacks
drive,
here.
so
Yeah,
We don't drive.
We didn't
Yeah,
notice
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
we-
drive in my home, in Italy. Yes.
We
but
drive a lot in South Africa. We don't have subway stations.
Yeah.
Um,
We have one big speed train in our main city. Yeah.
We do have snacks. In the
But our gas stations have snacks, water,
Yes.
anything.
So
Like here, you have
Like a
the
convenience store.
store.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like
why.
that.
Oh, we have
just
that
come
too.
out and just like talk
we
to
don't.
each other.
So it's like, yeah.
Oh, this was you from Busan.
No, we are all in Busan actually.
You're all in Busan.
We're going. Actually, we have
Yeah,
our
we need
train
to
in like.
Girls, be serious.
But yeah,
We live in Daegu. We live in Daegu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
We've been here for almost 5 years now.
Wow.
We've been in Korea for almost 5 years.
Yeah, I think you guys should come to D Bar.
And you should go to D-Bar.
Okay.
And if you're hungry as well, you should go to Katsuhyun. Okay. Have some donkas.
Okay. Perfect. We'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
time
thank you.
we go.
Yeah, thank you for
But
joining
we didn't even
us at
say
the
much.
end.
It's because we just like kind of
It's
like
okay.
Because you came right before
Yeah,
we were
we're
just like
about to leave.
Please don't miss your train.
But yeah, we won't. But yeah, let's exchange our contact and
Yeah.
maybe
Meet
I'll
you
still
guys.
have 2 months here, so maybe I can come back and we can exchange again.
Yeah.
And I will come to your place.
Let's do
No
that.
problem.
yeah.
Okay, so
Anytime.
that was fun. So see you for the part 2 or even part 2 and 3. Bye bye.